We're going to go now on the phone now. We have Tony Couric. He is in the neighborhood. As a matter of fact, his family was deeply involved in this entire situation. Mr. Couric, are you there?
Yes, sir.
What can you tell us that you saw and heard?
Just all started very quickly with my son being outside and running inside the house frantically. That police officer was just run over by a Jeep. And I kind of looked at him in disbelief and came out the front door, and there she was laying in the middle of the road. We proceeded to run down to her. Another neighbor had heard what was going on. She came down to start giving CPR. My other son in the house came out of the house and started assisting with CPR. Also took the downed police officer's walkie-talkie and radioed through it the officer down, because he wasn't sure if she got it off, and my son, being a volunteer fireman, just knew what to do with her equipment. So that time I was on 911 trying to get emergency help here as quickly as possible.
At all? Was it an exchange of gunfire?
Well, my son said when he was out in the yard, he noticed a police car come down the street with its lights on, and that there was a Jeep that had made like a U-turn, and she faced off with the Jeep. He said she got out of her car, held her gun up, and told them to stop and get out of the vehicle. And with that, he said the next thing he knew, the Jeep just proceeded forward, and he assumed, the vehicles that I drive were on the street. He didn't see her get hit, but when the Jeep went racing out of there, he went running around my truck and saw her laying in the street. He just couldn't believe that a vehicle would have accelerated towards a cop and ran her over. So that's when he ran in the house and got me, and my son Logan came out, and another neighbor was out there. It was three, four, five neighbors, and my son and another neighbor started performing CPR while I was on 911, trying to get help here as soon as possible.
And then how soon did help arrive, and then what happened after that?
It took 2, 3 minutes, 4 minutes. It seemed like forever. It was just very surreal to see this officer laying there motionless and just trying to do what you can to help her.
Oh my goodness, that your sons, we also spoke with your wife earlier. She was so concerned for you all and everything that was happening. Tell us about how you are doing tonight and how your neighborhood, what is it like in your neighborhood right now?
Well, in front of my house, we're still pretty much on, when I say lockdown, we can't get in or out of our street, and I hear our whole neighborhood's pretty much shut down. This police officer's vehicle is still in the middle of the road with its lights on just as she got out of it. You've got detectives here now. They've just mapped out the whole road, all the articles that were laying on the ground, like her car keys were laying there. She had her clip from her gun that they took out laying there. Her sunglasses that broke off of her was still laying there. I mean, they're just finishing that part of the investigation here right now. So, we've just been basically tied up here at the house, so I really don't know what's going on elsewhere, but I hear that all the roadways in and out are, you can't come in, you can't come out.
Sure. Now, did the police come and talk to you in the course of their investigation?
They have been here multiple times talking to everybody, yeah.
Okay, very good.
Tony Couric,
we really didn't discuss anything with them other than what we saw, and I don't really know anything else to add to that. I mean, we just tried to do the best we could to get this officer some assistance until the paramedics got here.
Okay, well, God love you and your family for what you did and trying to save this woman's life. We, of course, will be in touch with you again possibly later on. Thank you so much.
Call anytime. Thank you.
Tony, thank you. What an ordeal for Tony.